G'day, mate.
G'day.
What have we got here?
Bogan's back because I guess I start my new D1 career this weekend. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Sorry for the late upload. Last few days, May and I, and pretty much everyone hasn't been feeling that great. I think we all got a bit of a summer cold from FD shenanigans. But the Bogan 32 is on the lift because we have to get this thing ready for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday are two separate rounds for D1 Next, or D1 Division, or Chihose, whatever you want to call it. It's called D1 Next now, which is essentially the same as FDJ3 or Pro-Am. Like, you know, you start at the bottom and work your way up. So it would be the first of the D1 series. You do well there, and then from there you're able to level up to lights, and then from lights to D1 GP, which is what Daiki competes in. I compete in FD, so it's a little different. We started off before FDJ3 existed. We started off at MSC Challenge, from there to FDJ2. Once you get enough points in FDJ2, then we were able to go to FDJ1. Same with Daiki, he had to do the same. Started in Division, back then it was called Chihose, I think. Then from there to lights to D1 GP. So that's how it works. So I'm starting my D1 journey now with Bogan 32. I figured it was like the perfect car for it. I did order a Saito roll cage for it, but then we found out that you don't actually need a roll cage for Division. It's only if you have a sunroof that you need a roll cage. But still, nonetheless, we're gonna put the Saito roll cage in when it rocks up. We added a 4-point harness for now, so that meets the regulations. Everything else on the car is good, regulation-wise. This is only a problem if we wanted to use the car for lights, for Division. This is no problem, you can modify your struts. But after that, you can't. You can't do anything. Can't pretty much have fun with anything. You can't even run ethanol. For some reason, in this series, I can use ethanol, but in lights, I can't use ethanol, and in GP, you can't use ethanol. No, you can. You can use ethanol, sorry, in GP, my bad. It's just in lights, they don't let you do it. So anyways, we got the RB25 in here, it makes like 400, 450. G30, Garrett Turbo, all the good stuff. We changed all the couplers because they were a bit mangled and had a few little holes in them here and there. But otherwise, I think we're golden. This thing should be pretty good. Oh, I had to do a ton of work on this. Since you saw us take this off the back of the truck, it's got about half a day in here. I do apologize. Usually I would film what we're doing and all the work so you guys can learn and stuff, but it's stuff we've already done before, and we just had to get in and get those hard things done so that we have enough time to finish the car, because the list of stuff that this thing needs before this weekend keeps growing, and growing by a lot. But we've gotten all the hard stuff out of the way. Once we can bring this up in the air, I'll show you, but I had to make my own version of a Nismo power brace because my tension arm or caster arm pickup points, it's a big failure point on a lot of Nissan chassis. S chassis and R chassis all have the same issue from this era. It cracked and split all the way and started making its way all the way to the top. So I had to drill the crack out, weld that up, then weld reinforcement plates in, and then put a bar across it. And I'll show you when we get there. But for the most part, we're just doing all the maintenance. No oil in the engine. You guys know we put stickers on things now when there's no oil in them. For the rear end, Daiki is currently working on new brake shoes. I actually do not like to use the Project Mu or Dixel ones. I think stock is best. I've used all the other ones, and while they do grab really, really good, they completely disintegrate so quickly that you almost need to change them every event. So I've always been a big fan of just putting the stockies in. So stock is best. Brand new set of genuine Nissan OEM Pitwork. Pitwork is Nissan's, like, I don't know, third-party company that creates all the parts that bolt on, like, you know, brake pads, rotors, like all the consumable stuff, oil filters, all that kind of stuff. Pitwork is Nissan's brand. So with these new brake shoes, the handbrake should work totally fine. This is a non-turbo 4-door that it had a single cam RB20 in it. If you remember the old engine, let me know in the comment section. But it only has this style single piston, like old S chassis S13 style rear caliper, but it does still have the brake shoes. So that's why I haven't put a hydro in here, because there's just no point. Brake shoes work so good. They work so good that I even put them in other cars of mine that are S chassis. I just convert them to the Skyline brake setup because they just work so great. So that's why we're going to be running that. No hydro. We've got the straight cut gear, Nagel Tech transmission in this, so that's bulletproof, touch wood. All the upgrades and all that kind of stuff, digital dash, link ECU, they're good things, you know? Of course, all the PRP pretty bits too. Another thing we finally got around to is complete adjustable rear arm setup. So really excited about these, all the GK Tech goodies that we run on all the other street cars. And I also got a brand new set of Nismo lower arms for this. In the future, I do want to change the pickup point from up here down here, that mod that gives you so much more traction on the S13 and R32 subframes. That's pretty much the main difference between the S14 and the newer subframes, is literally that. I did just notice there's a ton of hydraulic fluid leaking out of that bush. So that means that bushing failed. I'm gonna make sure that's nice and tight. Hopefully it's not moving too much. I don't mind if it's leaking, but this whole subframe, you know what? Maybe I should just change this to an S14 one, but then we're gonna need different, I think we can keep this subframe. I think the only thing we have to do is move that pickup point, and then we'll put solid bushings in it, and that'll probably solve 90% of all the issues. But yeah, we also got to pump and roll these guards more so we can fit 265s proper. So I'm gonna get the roller out and start working on that too. But we got tons of stuff to get done, and we have an alignment tomorrow too, so that'll really help. But really excited about these arms because we can actually put a decent alignment on this now. The stock one sucked, all the bushings were blown out. The rear pretty much had active toe. Whenever I would like throttle in, like throttle, you'd feel the car kind of like shifting in the rear end as we were drifting and stuff. So I'm excited about the new bushings, the new ball joint here and stuff. Thing's gonna feel like a better car and way faster, so stoked on that. Put your back into it. Oh, listen to that. Look at the flex. All right, obviously, if this was a special car, we wouldn't be so aggressive on it, but the paint, it was $1,000 paint job on this thing. You can already see that it's been rubbing on 265 tires, and it's already, you know, melted a bit or ripped some of the paint off, so I'm not too worried. But we are heating it up as best we can and pumping it as much as we can. We want to get this pumped out as much as possible. Let's go. Don't forget to come down to like all the way here.
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to go back and...
Yeah, you're gonna have to. That's it, keep working at it, keep working at it. Come on.
Push.
Come on, Fernando. Working up a sweat, buddy.
How does it feel ruining an R32?
This isn't ruining an R32, excuse me.
Improving an R32.
Listen, I'll go roll your guards.
You already did, I'm good. Speaking of which, when, do you know how to apply replacement paint?
No.
Oh, damn.
I'll just cut it out with an angle grinder. Come on, Fernando. Keep rolling. There you go.
Yeah, just kind of come off a little
Keep
bit.
massaging it. There you go. A little tighter.
So, in? Yeah. And we're going to focus on this. Do like...
That looks good. I'm excited. We're going to actually fit the tires.
A little more.
A lot better. Oh, we're still going to pump. I want this to push so much more.
We just need to get this bit.
Yeah, yeah. From like here to like here, I think we'll
yeah, where the tire sits.
Yeah, where the tire sits. There you go. Keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. There you go. Keep going. Further. Yeah. A little bit more. More this way. More this way, Fernando. Get your back into it, boy.
Boy is crazy.
Come on, put that weight in there. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
The cracking noises.
The cracking noises are cracking me up. No pun intended. Oh, it's actually coming. Hell yeah. All right, crank on it some more. Tighten that thing up.
Move it out to here.
Yeah.
Get it to like push it as far this way as you can, and tighten it up from there to kind of.
Yeah, get it started.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Push it in. Yeah. Just do little rolls. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Get that in there. Yeah.
Oh, the wave.
It's so
starting
good.
to get a wave.
It's great. That's good.
Oh, okay.
Pump it. 4-door life,
here.
baby. We got to somehow fit some 265s on this.
Out a little.
All right, we just crossed off another big job. the brake shoes are done. That leaves us with front turn signal light, nut and bolt check over the entire car, the alignment that's happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. and then oil change on everything, engine, diff, and transmission. And if we have time, water sprayer. This is pretty important because it's full-blown Japanese summer now. Oh, and rear bumper, we need that for regulation. And then these are things to bring, and then boost leak check is what I'm gonna do last before the car leaves. We've gotten everything done. Holy, it's been a lot. Let's get this thing up in the air so I can show you guys what's going on, because man. Oh, by the way, I ended up having a crack at this myself and I pumped it out heaps. We can probably fit like a 275, maybe even up to a 295 now. I'm not too worried about the rear of this. Eventually I'm gonna cut it, weld it, and it'll get some kind of, you know, over fender or something. I know you can't really get 4-door ones, or maybe you can, I don't know. We'll have to import something, which is weird to even think about. This sucks though, because of the door here, this kind of big kink happens, but I don't care. It's the Bogan. At least we can fit a proper 265 under there now. Now that we got this thing in the air, I had to weld the muffler back on. This thing was cracked pretty much the whole way around except for like a small section, so it was barely hanging on. When Jimmy hit me in the rear, it pushed the exhaust so far forward, and thank God I have a flex joint on here, but it pushed it so far forward that it bent the gate pipe. Look at that. It's like flattened off there. Crazy, honestly. But hey, here's what it is. Turned out pretty good in the end, honestly. I'm actually I reckon we're so freaking lucky that wasn't worse. Also, this has to be here for regulation. So if this fell off on the weekend, I would not be able to compete. So I'm glad I discovered that, and I just pulled the MIG out and just bzzz, the whole thing around. Where we're at now on this thing is everything's done on the rear end. I'm glad we got the reinforced Nismo lower arms. By the way, these are still really cheap, and they're a lot thicker than the stock one. They're a reinforced lower arm from Nismo. If you want these, they still sell them for R chassis, R32s, 180Xs, S13s, S14s, S15s. It's a really good upgrade, and it comes with new ball joint, new bushes, so it's just really good to throw in your old car. I think they're only like $300 US, like 350, 360 US, maybe a little bit more, I'm not sure, but definitely jump on it if you haven't already, because these are noticeable game changer when it comes to handling and stuff in these cars. But anyways, got those in. Oh, and if you want them, just go to SAMMIT.net, fill out the contact form, and the staff will get back to you and you can purchase them. We'll ship them to you worldwide. But that aside, all Nismo products, by the way. We ship out tons and tons of Nismo products every week, so definitely jump on that. Diff needs an oil change. I always like to check here for cracks. No cracks, we're good. These things like to crack these 4-bolt older subframes. Otherwise, I'm very stoked that we finally got adjustables in the rear, because that means I can thing this up. Oh, by the way, it tore this bushing, so I've got another one of these on order. It sucks, because these take a bit of time at the moment to come from Nissan parts. But yeah, when it pushed the exhaust forward, it obviously broke that. So I'm probably just going to put a hose clamp around that for now, just so there's something there supporting it. Otherwise, this is the SAMMIT power brace. Look at this thing. Not bad, right? Boxed it all in. I added the GK Tech support here that usually just gets bolted in. They normally have like 2 bolts here and 1 bolt there. I drilled it out on the car and used it as a jig, the bolting, and then welded the whole thing in there. So now it's actually got that support there, boxed it all in, and hopefully that won't be an issue anymore, because there was a crack from here all the way to the top. So this whole one here was flexing like crazy, so should be good. Oh, and then the holes that were there for the bolts when it was a jig form, I welded up and plugged in, so that should help it a little more. And then we got the Chase Bays straight through power steering cooler there. I love these. These are so good. They don't add any restriction. Super important if you're running electric power steering. This one we're still running the old hydraulic mechanical one for now. Eventually I'll probably just put an electric one on, but doesn't need it right now. No issues. Damn, I did a good job on these. I'm actually really stoked. These turned out great. But that aside, that's pretty much it now. I think we've gotten most of the work done. We raised the car a tiny bit just because it was scraping everywhere. The BN kit's pretty low, but yeah, it should be good. Rear bumper is gonna suck. We cannot get a BN Sports rear bumper now anytime in like the next 6 months, and the price has gone up by like 50% too. So we're just gonna put the stock one back on, the blue crappy silver one, and that way we'll pass regulations for the competition, and we'll order a BN Sports one. That'll come when it comes, and we'll get the whole car spruced up, maybe a little bit more painted, and try to find some over fenders for it, I think, in the rear. I know this video has been a lot of talking and just giving you updates on the car, but things are just very hectic because it was, I don't want to say last minute. We always plan to do this. It's just, it came a month earlier than we were expecting. For some reason, we thought that it was next month, this competition, but it turned out it was the week after FD. And we had to get the car all the way down from Aomori at MSP at the top of Japan. So it's been a little crazy, and then trying to make sure that we get everything done on the car in time, maintenance wise, and just changing everything so it's ready for the weekend, so it's going to be competitive and fast. Because I have just found out some people are bringing the FD cars there. It makes me look at mine and go, why aren't I bringing that? But we know why. Grassroots time, baby. Let's see what we can do in the Bogan. I don't know if I already showed you guys this, but we've changed out the couplers on the front. The old ones actually had a fair few tears and some holes on it, so there's definitely a big boost leak there. This intercooler used to be one of those return flow ones where the pipe would go under the bottom, and I just welded a plate on there and moved this from going down and that way to that way. And it worked out really well. I like how tight it goes up there in the end. That was actually my first ever intercooler I ever modified to make like the end tanks and stuff. It was really fun. This is one of my first big projects with aluminum welding, and it turned out really well. But yeah, it's been holding up really nice. Anyways, I'm loving the rusty bash bar too. Eventually, when Rob gets this back, he'll just sandblast that and powder coat it. Same with the headlight bracket. This thing's been great. We're gonna add a indicator there. It should arrive from Amazon tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm stoked. We got DG5s in the front, some BCs in the rear. This car is definitely just anything and everything that's been lying around, we throw at this thing and make it work. So it's nice to actually be putting some decent parts on here and planning out and making this thing quick, fast, and slightly competitive. I found my water sprayer kit that I got ages ago on AliExpress. I actually got like a pack of 5 of these. These are usually designed to be like a mister set up on like a patio or something, and the mist sprays down from the top right and makes it cooler in summer. But these are probably the best and the cheapest thing that you can get. They're like 50 bucks on AliExpress or whatever for your car and setting up a water spray kit. They come with all the nozzles, all the different tubing and stuff. Sometimes you got to go to the home center and get a little longer of this PVC tubing that clicks into all the fittings, just so you can run it all the way to the rear of the car. But usually there's enough there to make it work. But the number one reason why I love this kit is it comes with a filter, comes with all the adapters, the fittings and everything to go to the push lock stuff. Super easy to work with, but the filter is a game changer, and the nozzles are like proper misting nozzles. They're brass. They work so good. The only thing you got to make sure is that it's a 12-volt pump. That way you can snip that off and wire it into the car. And it does come with a power adapter, but these are junk. I'm going to toss that out. I don't even know what I'd use that for. It does come with an adapter there. I'll give them that. But this feels like there's absolutely nothing in here. It's probably not even a proper switching power supply. I don't know. Probably just a really cheap, nasty one. You'll probably plug that in, and if you're using a device with headphones, you'll hear a bzzz sound because it's so low quality. Long story short, because it's got the proper misting nozzles, usually you'd have issues if any contaminants got in there, but it comes with the filter and everything, so you can stick that in your water bottle. That way, nothing contaminates it, nothing clogs them up, and you're good to go. This thing pumps 5 liters a minute. That's pretty beefy. These things are pretty noisy, so they do have rubber feet for you to mount them somewhere. But I'm tossing and turning if I should mount it this time in the engine bay next to the battery, so I don't have to run a power wire to the back. But I don't know. Maybe I will put that in the engine bay. I don't know. We'll see. But nonetheless, really cheap water sprayer setup, and they always come with tons of nozzles. I still have 1 nozzle spare in the kit that I didn't use, and we have 2 here on the intercooler, 1 on the oil cooler, and 2 on the radiator. 1 here and another one up here spraying down in there. And then I'm gonna run the line in there and just straight that way. But yeah, should be good. I'll set it up in the Link ECU with 3 parameters. If IAT gets to this temperature, spray. If oil gets to this temperature, spray. If water gets to this temperature, spray. And then they'll all be conditional on whether or not the car is moving. I only really want this thing to spray once the car's moving, purely because in a lot of competitions, over here in Japan, they will disqualify you if your car is spraying water on the starting line. So we got to make sure we abide by those rules. But otherwise, that's pretty much it tonight. I'm clocking out. It's 11 p.m. Gotten all the big stuff done off our list. We just got the front bumper just zip ties on. I'll finish the water kit tomorrow. That's probably like another 2 hours, if that. The only other thing we got to do is put fluids in this thing. Water sprayer, we do have time, so I'm getting that done. That's half done already. Nut and bolt check, we'll do that tomorrow. Daiki can do that while I'm finishing the water sprayer. The turn signals arrive from Amazon tomorrow morning. That will be super easy and take me 15 minutes, if that, because it's just spade connectors and plugging into what's already there. And then the rear bumper is the stock bumper around the side. That'll probably take 30 minutes to install. Otherwise, that's it. And the fluids. Probably, I'd say there's about 4 hours left on the car. We've done pretty good, and we'll add that in once we get back from the alignment. That's a 15-20 minute job, but with the new couplers on there, I don't think we're gonna find any leaks, but it's always good to just triple check. Hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a crazy video where we're literally just getting so much stuff done. I know there wasn't much wrenching footage in this, but we just had to put the camera down and get it done. We literally only had 1 day to get all this stuff finished. And along the way, we had to MacGyver some things up because stuff was not what it was supposed to be. And luckily I have a bunch of different cars here that we can borrow stuff from and make stuff work between different chassis and things like that. But at the end of the day, we got everything done. We had to make some things, we had to MacGyver some things, but I'm very confident in that this car's gonna handle way better than it ever has. It's upgrading. I mean, it's already upgraded, but it's been evolving into the Baller 32 more and more than the Bogan 32, that's for sure. But I love this thing because it started from nothing, like a $1,500 car, and it's turned into this epic fun thing. I will say though, it's time to do something different with the RB engine package. I think it's time to upgrade the 25. Keep it RB, of course, but I think it's time to do something more with it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, guys. Let me know in the comment section, what should we do with the next engine package in that thing? Are you excited to see me compete in some grassroots D1 Next? D1 Next is so weird. Why can't they just call it Division again, or I don't know, something cooler? Chihose is, I guess, what it's called in Japanese, but it's called Next now. Lights is also weird. I don't know. Let's go back to street legal. I miss those days where cars actually had to be street legal to be able to compete. None of this sequential stuff, you know? It's weird. Anyways, sound like a boomer. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Jamata.